query number 15. We're going to try covering up 5 queries. It should be, I'm going to aim for less than 15 minutes, as I just found out from YouTube that that's the limit that I have. Okay, so write a query to get the first name from employees table after removing white spaces from both sides. Removing white spaces from both sides. So what I'm going to search up is how to find search up how to remove white spaces. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work out. I'm assuming there were some entries in the databases that were kind of like that contain white spaces, like after computing the right full name, so the first name, then you probably some of them might have just hit more Excel space bar maybe. I'm assuming something like that. So yeah, removing white space in SQLite, because this is the language specific word, I guess the RDNS, but I'm not sure if that is what it is. If you're trying to replace, if you're trying to delete all spaces, you can use replace, select OK. All right. Replace, okay, replace. Delete all spaces, both sides. You need to remove extra spaces. Don't know what that thought. First, to be honest, let's thing in SQLite. Okay, so here's a query you want. Let's trim the name to remove the unnecessary space at the end and beginning. So I can see that there's a space right there, and there's a space over here. Okay, so I guess we can use the trim function. Let's check it out. If it does have the trim function or not. Core SQL functions, trim. Amazing. So let's check it out. The trim function returns a string formed by removing any and all characters that appear in Y from both sides, from both that appear in Y from both ends of X. If Y is omitted, trim X removes spaces from both ends of X. So select. Just gonna go right off the bat. So yeah, sorry. So from employees, so basically one single column, containing the first name values, but was just having no white spaces on either side. So let's just put up a sample one, see what it's talking about. What is white space? What does it look like? So from there and employees. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's take a look. So for instance, this is a perfect example, right? These two, this word, for instance, has a space in the front of it because you can see that. But it actually does that for everybody. First name, right? Okay, first name. I wonder what the difference really is. I can't really see. What I'm just looking for is like another extra space character, basically. But nothing appears to be catching it. Let's move forward. Let's assume that there are. So here we are, employees, and so let's do trim. And because then I think by default, if I don't include then appear in Y from both ends, appear in Y from both ends of X. That is so confusing. By removing any and all characters that appear in Y from both ends of X. So what does that look like? What does that look like? But anyway, let's try with X and see what happens. First name. Here we are. let's see. I don't see any. To be quite honest, I don't see any difference. Yeah, like that little buffer space that I thought was a space, it still appears there, still there. But so I'm not too sure what we are exactly looking for. But let's go back up there. I believe that was query 15. All right, and here we are. Okay, I guess I don't know, to be quite honest, what the difference of what the difference um is. Anyway, hopefully that we will come along. So I guess so far it's been these two things that I have come across, which is the trim function that's pretty new, and as well as using the, let me just write it down instead of trying to word it out. Let's reset this. So to concatenate two strings using this, and then of course leaving a space in between. If you don't want a space in between, remove that space, of course, to make if you were to concatenate first and last name, and then on the side we would have the last name. And then let's just do it. Why not? First name. I want to show that in the other video, but it was too long, so therefore I had to delete it, etc. etc. So here we are. And yeah, I mean, I could even just do full name. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I just reloaded my stuff. Well. Oh well. Yeah. Wait, so what I sent it. Let's go ahead and do this. Go into editor, and here we are. So, write a query to get the length of employee names. Write a query to get the length of the employee names. Write a query to get the length of the employee names. Length employee names from employees table. So right off the bat, we know that it's related to this. It's fine. As a side note, I cannot wait to like get into the joins part because it's gonna be so super exciting. I actually had this similar table for my interview, which I miserably failed, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Select. Okay. I'm thinking that let's just say that if I want to show the first name and the last name, and now the length of the employee's name. So typically you would simply, how would that work? You would be able to somehow count the number of characters and sum it all up. Now, I don't know how that works out in terms of this. So char returns a string composed of strings having no, that's not it. If no, nope. Ooh, maybe total. That's something I saw in there. That was something I've never used before. Total. The sum of all non-null values in the group. Non-null values. Okay. Okay. Now fixing that, I don't even know what I'm trying out. Let's actually try to go back and really understand what that function is saying. So let's do total. Okay. The result of total is always a floating point. The number of values is always this. Now how does that? Because we can't sum up an integer. So I'm gonna search for counting number of length of string, I guess. Length of string and SQLite. Okay, just a quick side thing. What is SQL itself? Is just a, oh, it is RDBMS. RDBMS. Okay, cool. Let's go back. Let's do that. Okay, then light. Um, SQLite does not have, does not normally contain null characters like string. We usually refer to that. So it does have it. Okay, that's good. Just learning about this, that we have that. Light. Okay, wonder what that's gonna be. I wonder if it's gonna be this. Ah, ah, that's total length. I guess it's put that into practice as soon as I just learned that this whole thing, which is basically concatenating two strings. The two strings exist in two separate columns. So first and last name, and I'm just combining those two. So Stephen King. Stephen King is 6 and 4. Nina Kochler is 5 and 6. No, wait, 5 and 7. 12. Perfect. Okay. Amazing. Oh, I keep thinking we have to go all the way back up, but we're almost done. Yay. Okay. Length of the okay, let's go ahead and field provides the annual string. Okay, cool. We'll just take that. We won't copy that. We'll just keep that. So write a query to select first records, first 10 records. Okay, so this is simply just going to be using the limit function, in which we've already done. Employees from a table. Let's just do employees tables, and ta-da. Oh, and what we did forget was to check the solution for the previous one. Just didn't sure if we are right. Then what we did was length, and we just did okay, so length. Oh, okay, we did length plus length, whereas we did length of the total string, which we first combined the two records, sorry, the two columns, and then we gave it that. Those were the two ways. That's very interesting. Whereas we just did, so what I was saying was that instead of using another length, we just concatenated the first and last, and then we got the total length of that. Cool. All right. And trim done. Okay, and here we are. Okay. I don't know why I keep doing that. The thing is right there. Okay. Write a query to get monthly salary. To get monthly salary of each and every okay, so I guess in this case we're gonna assume the salaries are in each and every employee. The monthly salary for each and every employee. Okay, so in this case, what we're gonna do is we're gonna assume the salary is, yeah, I think that's what they were trying to say. Yeah, see, that should actually be down here. Yeah, so we just gotta present. So since salary is gonna be for the whole annual, like the whole year, what we gotta do is we gotta return the monthly salary. So in that case, we're just gonna simply produce a single column using the employees table because that's what the salary is, and in that we can set up an alias of monthly salary, and what we're going to do inside of it is we're going to set up an expression where we're going to divide the salary by 12. So here we are. Sorry, we should have started off from and employees, and we are going to do as monthly salary as salary divided by 12. Salary divided by 12. Now, let's quickly copy that. Hold on, down. Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, what I was just checking for was for this is the total salary. If this is the yearly salary, then we should get divided by 10, no, sorry, 12, and we should get 2,000, which we did get that. Perfect. Perfect. And I think I was wrong. There were just about 18 questions, which is great. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Amazing.